That is right. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to the 28th episode of Comic
X Weaver.
That's right. Welcome, everybody. I am your host, James, aka Comics for Cheap, aka hashtag send it to James, aka Hope R. Kelly can believe he can fly out of prison after being found guilty 9 out of 9 times. And I got my co-host with me.
It's your boy Chris, aka Black Santa, aka see Sharon, I told you you could get the job done in 37 seconds.
That's right.
With no timeouts. AKA Super Cold
Deer Park
Water.
That's right. This is our weekly live podcast, as weekly as we can do it when we're not having life and or technical difficulties. And we talk about everything, movies, pop culture, comics, anime, all that kind of stuff. We love to go over and really just talk shit, just random shit as well. And we have a great amount of topics for you guys tonight. And I don't even know where to start, because tonight is going to be a lot of fun of just mostly shit talking, but sprinkle in a little bit of pop culture and sprinkle a little crack on them. You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Good stuff right there.
You know what? I want to start with the Venom shit, Chris. So why don't you kick us off with the Venom?
Let's start with Venom.
All right. No, you go ahead. Kick us off, because you were saying that you heard some shit.
I did hear some stuff. And, literally me and James were talking earlier. And then right when I got off the phone with him, I get a message sent to me about, have you heard about Venom? I was like, no, I ain't nothing about Venom. And I get sent to this story talking about Venom, not Eddie Brock, maybe Eddie Brock, but mainly Venom is apparently going to have a coming out moment in the new Venom movie.
Coming out moment.
A coming out moment. They are saying Venom is going to be introduced as gay, and they're going to be trying to push a relationship, not a quirky, odd couple relationship between Eddie Brock and Venom. No. An actual couple, man relationship with Eddie Brock and Venom.
So basically, you're telling me that Venom's going to give him the old strokey sometime during the movie is basically what I'm hearing here. Maybe a little sucky on the side.
I mean, they're supposed to be kissing in the movie. Venom's supposed to have this speech that's supposed to lead into the coming out and all that stuff. And let me make sure I say something here. I have no problems. Neither James or I have any problems with gay people or whatever. Not a problem at all. That's not the problem at all.
Right.
And for me, the problem is, again, if this is the case, again, we don't know. This is all rumors. And more than likely, it's not going to happen, right? But you never know. It could. And I wouldn't be necessarily shocked with how things are going in today's world. But here's the thing, though. My problem is simple. And I'm pretty sure I said this before. Why are we, one, Venom is asexual. So it's not even supposed to be a man-female type thing or any of that. It's not even supposed to be any. It's not genderless in general. But still, why come we're not making new characters and building up them instead of continuously taking established characters and just turning them gay? That's just lazy writing to me.
Here's my thing. All right. Venom is a part of Eddie, right?
Yeah.
So if Eddie jerks off just by himself, is Venom technically giving him a hand?
Does Venom feel it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like even when Eddie fucks a chick, is Venom there for that? Can he make his dick a little bit bigger? Satisfy the lady a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Hit the right spots. I don't know.
that is some questions that hopefully, maybe you guys can give us some answers here, because I'm wondering too, though, if Venom has sex Anytime Eddie Brock has sex in general, is that considered a threesome? These are things I need to know.
And when Venom was occupying Anne, made out with Eddie for a little bit. So that scene was already technically in the movie ? Like the first movie. So Eddie already had a makeout sesh with Venom, technically. So if we're gonna get technical about it,
I mean, maybe that's we've already
seen a gay scene between Eddie and Venom, because in the first movie, while Venom was inside of Anne and they had their little tongue, conjoining moment.
Oh my!
Where they were sucking each other's face. Eddie sucked the face of Anne so hard that Venom came off of her and into him. So I'm just saying, bro. Like I'm just saying what was in the movie. So we've already seen Eddie make out with Venom. So why are we surprised that the two of them have the hots for each other? I don't know. I don't know why this is even news. We've already seen it in the first movie.
Okay, James. All right.
Look, unless there's a blowjob scene where Venom is just like the head is coming out of the neck and like just going down and just bobbing down on Eddie, then you know what? It's probably not going to be anything crazy. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, wouldn't you be kind of concerned with his teeth?
That's a lot of teeth, but it's also it's also a lot of tongue. That's like enough tongue that like while your dick's in the mouth, the tongue could come out, wrap around the balls, and then go up your booty hole at the same time. That's that much tongue. That's a lot of tongue, dude.
Bro, it's one of the funniest things is in Mortal Kombat 11 when they reintroduced Melina as DLC. And like one of her things is she licks you and her tongue just goes completely out and it just licks you. And I'm just like, that's disgusting and extremely hot at the same time. Because it's like that tongue, bro. The thing she could do with that tongue. Oh my God.
So maybe Eddie's just like, damn, I've never met a girl with a tongue like that. So why not, utilize Venom? I don't know, man. That's all I'm saying. What I do know, because this is actually a paid sponsorship by the Venom movie. They don't know it yet, but
they don't know it yet.
Can you imagine? They're like, can we sponsor you? And then we talk about Venom tongue fucking Eddie's butthole like the whole time. Like, there's your sponsorship, bitch. All right, so. What I do know is Alexis and I will be seeing the movie Friday evening. We found a random gift card from 2 years ago that still had money on it, and we're like, well, shit, might as well spend it on the Venom tickets. Fuck it. So that's what we did.
I know Eminem's on a soundtrack again. So
he's gonna have Venom Part 2.
It might be the Carnage version this time.
Carnage.
Exactly.
Oh my God, dude! If he has a Carnage song, I'll lose my shit. Oh fuck!
Do
we know if that's gonna happen? Like that would be.
No, I have no idea. I just know that he's on the sound. That Eminem's on the soundtrack. I have no idea what song.
Oh, okay. Well, that's like Lonely Island did the song for Deadpool, and then they did the song for X-Force. You remember that? Like where they kind of remixed their own shit. So that shit was pretty funny. If Eminem does some corny shit like that, I think that would crack me up. Just for like a.
But it's gonna be fire though.
Oh yeah, I know he's got the good flow. It's just he is the type of person now to do that, even if it's making fun of himself a little bit. So so that would be good. All right, so enough of Venom and the symbiote sexual seminar that we've had here.
Let's get the rest of it on our my only stuff.
Yeah, the OnlyFans, right?
The OnlyFans. There we go. The OnlyFans shit. Well, link will be in the description somewhere.
Yeah, you can join my OnlyFans and listen to me talk about how Venom likes to stick his tongue in inappropriate places.
Go into real detail about how that actually works.
Yeah, cosplayed out, so we could give you, kind of visual examples about how it would work and everything. Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, we use mostly we use Chris as our example.
I don't think we didn't discuss that part though.
Yeah, man, it's in the contract. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't think I saw that in the contract.
Oh, fine print. It's really fine print. It's like super fine print.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit! All right, what else are we talking about? We're talking about some football today. What is?
Okay.
I know we got to talk about Aaron Rodgers.
We gotta talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Gotta
talk about my boy Aaron Rodgers. But beforehand, I gotta make sure I clear something up here. I had some fun with Terry Bradshaw on the last episode. Talked about how to do this trash and everything. Looked at his numbers, went down, kind of went in there. Now, I do understand, because I had somebody call me out. They were very upset. He was old ass bastard. You mad. I do understand that Terry Bradshaw was in an era where it was much harder to throw the ball because defenses was able to be a lot more physical. I understand that. I also understand that in that era, you didn't pass the ball as much, again, because of how defense played, and the quarterback was not as protected as it is now. Why do you think Tom Brady's still able to play? If Tom Brady was playing in that era, he would not be playing at 44. It's because of how the quarterback is protected that you're able to play longer. That being said, Terry Bradshaw sucked. He still sucks. He was a product of having a very good team around him, a good defense. I'm sorry. I think Terry Bradshaw is nothing but a bitter old man because he looks at what Aaron Rodgers can do and he wishes, he prays to God that he's reincarnated as Aaron Rodgers. He is angry that he is not Aaron Rodgers. He
wouldn't even be reincarnated as an Aaron Rodgers pube. I don't think. Like, Terry Bradshaw is garbage. Is what I'm trying to say. He's garbage human being. Honestly, I mean, like, nobody wants to see his old fat ass on TV no more. I don't understand why they keep, like, every year that I see him again, I'm like, how are you not dead yet? I don't understand. Like, golly, he's out there just fucking living. I don't understand it. He's at least 97, Chris. I you know what I mean? And he's still out there.
I didn't think we were gonna go exactly there, but I mean,
all of those dudes though, like, none of them are relevant anymore. It's just time for a fresh wave. Just get rid of all of them and bring in some new people. And
I agree with you, because definitely when you listen to guys like, again, Peyton Manning and Leela, I know I talk about all the time, but their stuff is amazing to listen to. You get all the players who played in this era, and you get to listen to them break things down. Plus, they're actually funny. Terry Bradshaw has never made me laugh ever with any jokes he told or anything he said on the set, outside of me laughing at the fact that what he just said was utterly stupid. Right. Outside of that, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I know more about the game than Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw knows he's a former football player. Like, the stuff he knows, he's lost. Like, this dude has forgotten more than any of us normal guys will ever know about the game of football. Sure. What he talks about, it was an old era. So a lot of the stuff he's saying is just like, dude, that don't translate to today's era at all. It's evolution. Like, you don't really translate whatsoever.
It was the 40s when he was playing, so I don't know.
Man, bro. like, cut that crap out, man. But real quick, on my boy Aaron Rodgers, man.
Yes,
like I said, opening. Like I told Sharon, for all those damn years, you can get the job done in 37 seconds with no timeouts.
What? Look, Aaron Rodgers made it great for all men everywhere that said they can get it done in 37 seconds. That's all I'm saying. Like, bro, Aaron Rodgers only needed 37 seconds. Shit, I gave you 40.
Props with no timeouts. Give me something here. No, but Aaron Rodgers was amazing.
I almost had an injury timeout, but other than that, I was good.
Wait, an injury timeout in 40 seconds? The fuck did you hurt?
Pulled a hamstring, you know what I mean? You know,
pulled a hamstring.
Okay. You know, we got these new silk sheets, so I slipped a little bit, pulled the hamstring.
Okay. Were you able to finish in the 40 seconds?
Yeah, man. Come on. Venom finished me off. You know, Venom stuck in there out of nowhere. I was like, well, it's not Gabe, it's Venom. You know.
What the? Okay. All right. Okay, we'll somehow get to Aaron Rodgers one day.
Look, Aaron Rodgers is all I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying too, bro. 37 seconds. This dude, like, the 49ers score, and it's like, dang, they leave this dude with 37, and Aaron Rodgers like, you gave me too much time. And he goes down there and he wins the game. And it's so funny because after week 1, everybody's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is done. He's shot. He can't do it anymore. And it's like, bro, it was one bad game. Everybody has a bad game. It's no quarterback's going to go 17 games now straight without having one bad game and off game. It's okay. It's the first game of the season. Like, even with the Rams, who are 3-0, look like the best team in the league, calm down. It's just the first 3 games. Not saying they're not going to be good for the rest of the year, but we still need to calm down. And the same thing with my boy Aaron Rodgers, because what he went out there and did, it moved me, James. It was
in your pants that moved you, or like what are we talking about?
It was amazing, James. I mean, I was like to the edge of my seat. I was enjoying it all. Aaron Rodgers was just doing what he had to do. And hot damn, James, I need you to figure out a way how you can send me like some Kleenex, some baby,
and a cup of Aaron Rodgers bathwater. I got it. Yeah, I'll send that to you right away. No problem. We'll hit him up. It'll be no problem. Dude, that was actually like, besides Aaron Rodgers, there were actually some crazy
that
we saw this week.
Detroit kind of getting screwed out of their game against the Ravens. That happened.
A field goal attempt, regardless of what happened the play before.
I mean, it was an amazing field goal, though. Let's not take it away, because honestly, Shannon Sharp said something that I listened to and was like, that makes a lot of sense. He said he didn't believe Shannon Sharp's a Hall of Fame tight end. One of the greatest tight ends of all time, multiple Super Bowl champion. He was from the Denver Broncos. He believed that the only way somebody would hit a field goal from 66 would be in the Mile High in Denver.
Uh-huh.
He didn't think anybody would be able to do that outside of Denver. And this dude hit it. Now, to be fair, it did. It's still amazing, but it did get a little bit of extra help because it did hit the rail and then go in.
Yes.
It's not like it completely just completely went in. Either way, it still went in. But it did have a little tiny bit of help. But still, that's a record, amazing record.
Yeah, no, that's like crazy.
And the fact it was a walk-off, too.
Was it like close to 200 feet, if you think about that? Like, how that's wild. That's like 4 tractor trailers, lined up together. So it's insane, really.
It is insane. And if it's 64 or 65, it's clean.
Yeah.
And then 66, he still makes it. It's an amazing, and that got to be a great, amazing feeling. But I still got to say, though, even with all that, I'm still very concerned about Lamar Jackson, because he did throw an interception very late in the game that almost cost him the game.
Yeah, he didn't look great. Yeah,
seriously, his throwing, I've said it before, he's not better as a thrower.
Yeah.
And that's concerning.
And the announcers were even like, oh, he's so good when he's running or playing street ball or something like that. And I was like, but that's not really what he needs to be doing. If he's running, he needs to run. If scramble here and there, but that shouldn't be his whole game, is to do the weird scramble and then throw. We saw it cost Mahomes this week. Mahomes with a not so great game this week, and he had tried his little no look, and it finally bit him in the butt after a couple years now of doing it. But hey, look, the dude is still great. Definitely not saying anything against Mahomes, but he had the bad game. We've seen him where he's probably going to be told the same thing. You need to calm down a little bit and focus back into your pocket play and what you do so good. So Lamar, I don't know. He's a great runner. He can see the field. He just can't get the ball to where it needs to go.
Yeah, and the accuracy that he needs it to get there, that especially his team needs to get there. Because in the past, receivers who played for him have sent out shots saying, man, it's kind of tough playing for this dude. Like, he doesn't get us the ball the way we need it to be get. Right. And it's kind of true. He needs to get better as a passer, because honestly, it's ridiculous that Lamar Jackson is still, to me, the same passer he was as a rookie. The only thing that's changed is obviously he's gotten he's learned the game more. He understands his plays more. But as a passer, he's basically the same he was as a rookie, and that's very disturbing. Like, that's not good at all, because that style doesn't win championships. It just doesn't. Not saying it's impossible to, but you risk too much injury playing that way, because eventually they're going to give him that pop, and then he could end up being the next RG3, where he had all that. But now to be fair, he surpassed RG3 because RG3 only had one good year, his rookie year. Then he got injured, and then his career was over from that point on. But I'm saying you could still end up in that aspect of all that potential wasted because you want to run around a little too much and you're hurt.
Right.
That's one of Cam Newton's biggest reasons now he's not in the league too. The dude can't stay healthy because of all the hits he took.
Right. Yeah. Especially when he was like doing his Superman stuff and like challenging people for the over the line jumps that he would do. I was just saying to Alexis actually that I miss how many like over the pile jumps that like there used to be, and they started coming back this season, but they're like just like a little bit, not to the extent that there has been, but yeah, a couple people here and there, but those were like some of my favorite things to see, growing up, was just like someone leaping over the pile, just like crazy, airborne, just going for it. But we don't see that as much anymore, and probably for good reason. A lot of injuries, I'm sure. But one more thing about football, and then we can move on, is that the Panthers, man, I'm sad. I'm sad. Our number one pick out with a broken foot for 2 to 3 months. Womp womp. 3 bones broken, and then Christian McCaffrey out for 2 games at least. Oh no, I think they said 2 to 4. I don't remember exactly what they said.
I remember the 2 number. I don't know. It could be even longer.
Yeah. So
because you never, they gotta do another evaluation and see how he's looking when it's time for him to come back.
So yeah, so the Panthers done. So that's cool.
What's so crazy about it is it's like every time I talked about Christian McCaffrey with you or anybody, I'll always make sure I say if he can stay healthy, because that's the biggest concern. Now, one, the running back lifespan is short anyway, but the style that he plays is bad in terms of health, because remember, he is one of the very few players to have. I'm not for sure if he. Either way, he had 1,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards. That's amazing. That's also really freaking bad. And
a lot of playing time. The Panthers had him in at the end of the 4th quarter while they were up by like over 2 possessions. Why? Sit his ass on the bench and let your other running back make some play, like get some touches or whatever. You don't have to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey every single time. I mean, I get it. The Panthers don't really have anyone else. And then they just traded Arnold, their one other like offensive guy, to get a cornerback to replace the number 1 pick. And then now they're looking at Richard Sherman as well, apparently. I don't know how true or whatever that is, but now what are we going to do on offense now? I don't know. I say we like I'm part of the. I say we like I'm part of the team. You know what I mean? Like Sam Darnold's just gonna. I'm out there like woohoo, let's go. But you know what I mean? It's just like Darnold's just.
Dude, this is what fans do, bro. We are in there, bro. But, and I'm with you though.
I just I don't know, and we'll see what Darnold does.
No, you're 100% right, because again, like the way his style of play is the scariest for any running back for me, because of the fact that, Devin Henry takes a lot of hits and all that. Derrick Henry takes a lot of hits and all that. I get that. But McCaffrey, because he's taking passing hits, like, you know how many hits that dude took that year?
Oh, yeah.
1,000 passing yards, 1,000 rushing yards. They hit receivers too.
Yep.
And then as a running back, you're getting hit a whole lot. You're blocking as well, which is also physical. Like, he takes a beating. So, and this dude is super young.
Yeah.
But because of the fact that all the hits he's took, his body is probably already in his 30s. And that's a big problem.
Yeah.
It's just not going to hold up. It's not.
Henry, by the way, is a beast.
One more thing. He's not that big of a guy compared to like a Derrick Henry, who is like, taller and bigger. This dude is like 5'11", 205, something like that. Like, he's not
Yeah,
A
he's tiny.
big monstrous guy when it comes to taking the hits he's taking.
Yeah, Henry is a beast though, for real.
Oh
The only thing with
That's
Henry
what
is that it looks like a giant turd is coming out of the back of his helmet. That's all I can. Like every time I see him, I'm like, damn, that is a that is a beast athletic play that he just made. But why does it look like he's taking a shit out the back of his helmet? That's all I'm saying. That I don't know. And it gets longer every year. It's just like a longer shit.
Longer every year.
A longer shit just trickling down the back of his helmet.
Okay, that's
it's just because it's one dread. If it were like multiple dreads or whatever, like that'd be something different, I guess. But because it's the one, just I can't look at it and be like, man, it really do look like his helmet taking a poop, man. I don't know.
That dude's a savage though, man. He's a beast, man.
He's a beast.
He is.
Man. It takes
almost every time. Get dragged on down.
That's almost like every time he goes, like it takes more than one attempt to bring him down.
Yeah,
and like he's just a monster.
The best running back in the league. I mean, he is. And honestly, with the 17 games, it's a curse and a blessing in terms of if his goal. Now, I will say this: I'm mixed on it. Like, if this is your goal, it's good and bad. But if his goal is to like get like 2,100 rushing yards or even something crazy like 2,200, some crazy thing like that, with 17 games, he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is the hits he's going to be taking means that his career is going to be shortened. And maybe his only goal should be 15 to 16, saving his body for the playoffs and trying to get those guys a championship.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't see the Titans as a legit Super Bowl championship contender right now. Right. So maybe this, I don't know. It's just weird. I still think the Chiefs can get it together. They got to get that defense together because it's really bad. But
we'll see. I mean, how do the Titans always end up with like such a great running back? I don't understand. Like
they overall do. They had some really good running backs in that franchise.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah, they have. Unfortunately, it hasn't qualified to them winning anything. They made it to the Super Bowl, but then they lost to the Rams.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Let's go over some comic news, some stuff that's come up recently. Hey, what's up, Hauser? How you doing, man? So one thing that has come up today, apparently, is that the comic series Tech War is being rebooted for another show or a new show that's coming. So I don't know if you ever know anything about this. This is from William Shatner's imagination. This series called Tech War. This is actually like what's really funny is that I've sold Tech War 1 a few times, and you can still find them in like dollar bins and 50-cent bins and stuff because nobody gave a shit about Tech War or Tech World or whatever it was. Tech War, Tech World, I don't know. Tech World, I think. But like people would make fun of me for selling it or saying that it was like a good series, but it is like a good book. It's a good idea. Like I still defend it to this day that it makes a good comic book. It's basically about it's a world in the future where if instead of going to prison if you do something wrong, if you're convicted for a crime or anything, they put you into suspended animation or like freeze you, like cryogenic chamber type shit. And then like you go away for your sentence. So let's say your sentence is 50 years, 100 years, you come out basically the same age, right? So I go in 30, I come out 30, but now you're like 75 years in the future. You've lost all your family, your friends are gone, you probably don't have shit to your name anymore. Everything's changed, so you don't know how to use like the new technology or like what's changed in society. Yeah, exactly, like Demolition Man Hauser just said. So I really enjoy it. I read the first couple of them and I liked it. But
yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I know, right? But everyone's always like, "Oh, that's garbage," blah 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 blah. But I bet you now that there's a show coming again, that everyone's gonna be like, "Tech World, I've always loved Tech World."
You're like, no, you tell you say, no. Y'all were not on the bandwagon.
Yeah,
you're not allowed on.
Y'all weren't riding with me and William Shatner and the Shat, the Shat Man. That's one. There's going to be apparently a boys spinoff of like basically the boys, but only in a college setting. So not only are we getting a third season of The Boys, now we're gonna have like a little spin-off of the world where they're all in college, like the boys' college days, I guess. So that's exciting.
Sounds insane in a good way.
The Boys was such a good show so far.
Right.
I've enjoyed both seasons, but let's see if there's anything else crazy.
That concept that you were saying is interesting though, because it's like, so if you go away, you got like 70 years, and you go away 70 years in the future, or whatever. So some people, that's not a punishment,
right?
Like especially if you didn't really have much anyway, and then like you kill somebody, and it's like, well, we're gonna lock you up, and they say 1,000 years, and like you go 1,000 years in the future, and the planet's still good, and it's just futuristic. It's like I didn't even go through the punishment. I just like close my eyes and open them back up, and I'm free now.
Yep. Yeah.
So try my luck now.
Chris is out here just murdering everybody, like trying to get way into the future. He went on a school shooting spree just to fucking go 1,000 years into the future. He's like, it ain't a punishment for me, bitch. I ain't got no family.
Right. Let me show you how this is done, Timmy.
Flavor of the month, hoes jump in and play. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so everyone's gonna be like, oh, Tech World, blah blah blah. I know so much about Tech World, I could tell you everything. We got a Sandman teaser, dude. I will tell you, I know shit about Sandman. That whole Sandman universe, I don't know dick about any of it. Everyone's always like, oh, I need the first appearance of death or sleep or I don't fucking know what the characters are, but they need all these. I don't get it. I've never been interested in that series. I don't know what it's about. Not interested in the show that's coming. Do you know anything about the Sandman comic books? Anything? No. Neil Gaiman.
Because at first when you said Sandman, I was thinking of Spider-Man Sandman.
Oh yeah, no, not that.
And
Sandman.
it was like, nope, not him. Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is the Neil Gaiman Sandman. So Neil Gaiman is, in my opinion, one of the most boring writers of all time, like in our generation. This dude writes like I've read a couple of his actual novels, and I'd say his best work to date is Coraline, which is a kid's book. So
that's
like,
that's
you might recognize some of his titles, like American Gods, which has also been made into a TV show that got canceled. Big surprise. Dude, the dude is just like, he's so verbose in the wrong way. Like, like some writers can get away with being very wordy with stuff, but for me, he is verbose in like a very boring way. Hauser says he is excited for Lock and Key second season more than Sandman 10,000 has more. I didn't even see the first season of Lock and Key. I know that was a comic written by Stephen King's son. It was like a little indie thing that just kind of went, but it was supposed to be really good. The show, I didn't really hear too much about the show, so I never gave it a watch. It didn't carry too much steam. So that's how I feel about Neil Gaiman, in case anyone was wondering. That's fair. Oh, and for anybody,
remember, we are still waiting for anybody to give us anything if they believe if Eddie Brock and Venom, or Eddie is sex, is that considered a threesome? Does Venom feel it? We're just waiting for any of those responses.
Yeah. Please call in with your response to 1-800-696-9969, and please let us know if you'd like to 6-9 Venom. Apparently, the TV rights to Heathcliff have been acquired.
What is that?
Exactly.
I don't even know what that is, bro.
Like this kid's cartoony comic book, but I guarantee you, look, it has one of like the more rare Marvel Anniversary border comic books. That is like one of the ones that's kind of harder to find. So that book is probably gonna go insane. But as far as anything else, he just looks like a big red mouse.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what.
I bet Mickey would kick his ass though.
Can you imagine? You know how big Mickey's fingers are,
your dog
like, with those gloves? Just getting finger blasted by Mickey Mouse. He keeps the gloves on the whole time.
Oh,
And he never changes his gloves neither. His gloves just reek
oh God.
of like thousands of little boys' assholes.
Oh, whoa.
This is why we can't be
sponsored.
sponsored.
Why they had to turn that?
Yeah, this is why we will never be sponsored on this show.
Exactly. Disney is definitely not going to sponsor us now.
So is this Carnage sequel the second worst Venom movie made or the first? Well, don't forget about good old what's his face, Topher, the amazing Venom.
Oh my God! Thank you for saying that.
So which one? Which movie starring Venom is the best? The one with Topher, Venom 1 or Venom 2? I don't know. All three of them are pretty gay to me. So,
yo, bro. Okay, so I want to say this really quick because I do want to talk about some of the what if stuff. But
go ahead.
I just rewatched the. I was like, I'm gonna rewatch the Amazing Spider-Man series. I don't think I'm gonna get to 2. I just rewatched 1.
You talking about the one with Andrew Garfield?
Yes, the Amazing Spider-Man one with Andy Garfield. I don't think I'm gonna get to 2 because I barely finished 1 because I completely forgot how Ben dies in that series.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Uncle Ben basically committed suicide.
Mm-hmm.
The robber was not going after him.
Yeah.
The robber was never going to attack him.
Right.
My man just wanted to get his stuff and keep going. Ben wanted to be a damn hero and starts fighting this dude off and gets killed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Spider-Man is basically a villain in that whole movie if you really think about it. But he's not even a hero. I completely forgot about this crap, bro. I don't know how. But I'm watching this, I'm like, this dude's an asshole for the whole movie. Until like the end where he's somewhat of a hero. No.
Dude.
You was tormenting everybody yourself and being a jackass. And honestly, your uncle's death is his fault. That was the classic moment of mind your business, man. Just mind your business.
To be fair, his uncle's death was always his fault. So, are you saying it's his own fault?
No, I'm saying it's Uncle Ben's fault.
Oh, okay.
That was 100% his. That wasn't Peter's fault at all. Right. Peter let the guy go, minding his business. And even in that scene, Peter was like an asshole trying to take money out of like when he was in the store. He tried to use the money that people donated to buy something. Dude, how am I supposed to vote for? How am I supposed to cheer for him? I'm like, what is
Here's the most unrealistic part about that movie, okay? Because you're completely right. But if you ever been to New York ever, even like once, you know, ain't nobody getting involved in any of the shit that goes down.
That's what I'm saying.
You could be taking a shit in the subway and people walk by like you don't even exist.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
For someone to be running down the street, you telling me that some old man gonna step in his way and try to take him down? No, that's not happening in New York. But I get what they were trying to do because like they're trying to show that Ben's moral compass was like super on point or whatever. But like at the same time, I don't care how on point your moral compass is, you ain't stepping in front of someone with a gun if you don't have a gun yourself. Like it just don't make sense.
And he's not even like that dude would have got his stuff and ran. He was not going after Uncle Ben.
Right.
Uncle Ben would have totally been fine to let that situation ride. It's not his responsibility to jump in the way for that. He's not a police officer. He's none of that stuff. That's not his job. And I am a New Yorker, and I grew up in the hardest parts of New York and understand the code simple. You mind your damn business.
Mind your damn business.
Off, you keep on moving. If it don't concern you, you don't want it to concern you. And that was one of those situations where that man made it concern him. And then he got killed. And then Peter goes on this asshole spree for the rest of the movie, pretty much.
You know the surprise Pikachu face meme? Where Pikachu's got like the shocked face? That picture that goes around, that's like Uncle Ben stepping in front of someone with a gun, and then his face when he gets shot. Huh?
Yeah.
I can't believe this would happen to me. I don't understand.
I can't believe a guy got shot. I'm gonna die now.
Let me tell you though, definitely don't watch number 2 because in case you forgot that about the Harry Osborn like weird, ridiculous skin disease that he had that turns him into Green Goblin instead of
oh my god, I did forget about that. Yes, That is stupid. Oh my God. He was like, he needed Spider-Man's blood. Oh my. I'm not watching 2. I'm not gonna be able to finish 2.
He's
No,
like,
yeah.
Spider-Man, I need some of your jizz. And then Venom pops up and he's like, I got you, bro. Say no more, fam. I got you.
No, I got you, bro. I wait for this moment all freaking day. Like, oh my God, bro. I forgot about that.
Yeah, don't forget about Electro too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what a fucking clusterfuck that was.
Dude, what the hell, man? God. Those movies did suck.
Dude, that movie was awful.
My goodness.
That movie was like beyond garbage. And the death of Gwen Stacy, like I was kind of rooting for her to die in that one. I don't know, man. Like it was just that whole movie was just trash. Trash.
Oh my God. We gotta do an episode we talk about the trash movies more. Jeez Louise. But you want to get into the what ifs though?
Let me just go through a little bit more news. We have we have some news about Aquaman 2.
Aquaman, your favorite movie.
The Return of the Snooze Fest. That's right. So that's actually what it's titled. Aquaman 2 Return of the Snooze. So that we have characters confirmed to return include Ocean Master, Black Manta.
I like Black Manta.
Yeah, I'm glad Black Manta is coming back. He was probably the coolest part of the first movie. If I'm being real, like it wasn't Jason Momoa, it wasn't Aquaman, it was Black Manta. Black Manta was dope. And Shark, aka Karshan, is going to be one of the new characters. So, yeah. I think everyone. What's up, Ian? The Ian Lopez show is in the house. What's going on? We actually went down to HickoryCon together this weekend, so that was pretty.
Oh, cool. Did you?
Yeah. Bill Hauser says worst costume design in the history of comic movies. I think are you talking about Electro or Green Goblin? Because both of those, yes.
Why are you talking about Spider-Man suit in the first one? Because that looked bad.
Oh, with the bicycle glasses? Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. Boycott Aquaman 2. It's already started. So we have Aquaman 2. Apparently, Doctor Who is returning to television. Yay! Woohoo! Super Mario. Oh, the Super Mario shit. Okay, we gotta talk about this just real quick.
Oh no!
So, did you know Super Mario is getting a movie now?
I mean, after that tragedy of the first one, which was utter garbage.
Oh, but I don't think it's gonna be live action movie. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be an animated movie. And we have Chris Pratt as Super Mario, which, by the way, I didn't know that the internet has kind of turned against Chris Pratt. But apparently, he is not as well loved as I thought he was.
What did he do?
I don't know. Well, I mean, like I know the gay community is not a fan of him because of his religious beliefs, but other than that, I'm not sure why the rest of the internet has mad at him. I don't know. Maybe someone can help me out there. He might have done something. I don't fucking know. I don't care. And then I know Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, but I don't know like the rest of the. I don't remember the rest of the voice casting choices.
Is Donkey Kong. Okay.
Yeah. So we're getting a Super Mario movie apparently, so that's exciting. It's good. If it's as good as as Sonic movie, I'll be impressed. Like if that's what we're shooting for, we just gotta hit.
So what we gotta hope for is to get a trailer that looks utterly garbage and make them look so bad that people just uproar and go crazy. And
people were actually saying that there's enough uproar already with just the announcement of Chris Pratt as Mario to change Chris Pratt from not being Mario anymore.
Oh, they want to try to cancel this man out.
I don't know what he's done. I thought he was good as Star-Lord. I don't know. Maybe this dude's, hooking up with Venom or something. I don't know what's going on.
We're still waiting for that answer. Again, if Eddie Brock has sex with a girl, is it considered a threesome?
That's right.
If
while he's holding the symbiote.
A handy, is that gay?
It's not while Venom was with Flash Thompson. Although that would be really funny for Sony to go with that, where Venom leaves Eddie and goes into Flash Thompson, and then Flash just walks around yelling, "What's up, Penis Parker?"
That would be funny. That would be hilarious. That
Like,
would be funny as
damn,
hell.
Venom, why are you so obsessed with penis? I don't know what's going on these days.
Oh my god, they
Oh,
really do
shit.
need to stop that though, and stop being so lazy and make new characters instead of trying to make characters that's always established
We're just
gay
having
or
too
whatever
much
they want. Like,
fun.
just make new characters.
We're just having too much. Oh, and then Grendel was given something, a movie, no, a show from Netflix for Grendel.
Which I will never hear about again, probably outside of like literally from this conversation. I have no interest in that whatsoever. So
Yeah, I was kind of the same way. Some people were excited. I think Grendel has more of like a cult following than most characters. It's kind of, I guess it's kind of like the Sandman shit. Like, I don't
right,
really care about it, but some people
right,
really enjoy Grendel. It's very low print as far as comic books go,
yeah,
from the first appearance all the way to the last. Batman had some interaction with Grendel at some
yeah,
point. So there are some, some mainstream crossovers, but yeah, it's not enough to get me excited. I can tell you
yeah.
that.
Same here. So yeah.
But speaking of Netflix, before we get
Mhm.
into the what if stuff, because I promise we'll get there, Netflix has released this new show. It's called Squid Game. And
Yeah, Squidward.
yeah, it's called
Yeah, he finally got a show. He
Squidward.
got away from that stupid sponge and that really creepy starfish. He got away from them. He got his own show. Yeah.
So
Screw
basically,
you guys.
in this SpongeBob SquarePants spinoff,
Yeah.
this Korean SpongeBob SquarePants spinoff, it is actually a South Korean show, and it popped up like I was high. I was very high.
I was high.
It was nighttime. Yeah, and then I got high. And
I get high, I get
Alexis
high, I
was
get
passed
high.
out,
Yeah.
and I had like a big bowl of spaghetti and meatballs like in front of me. I was like, all right, we gotta find something cool to watch while
Yeah.
I enjoy the spaghetti and
So
meatballs.
you
So I
watched
opened
that.
Netflix. So I opened Netflix,
Okay.
and what comes up as it's like #1 recommended, like whatever. It's on the screen. It's called Squid Game, and like everything's just Korean, but it's been dubbed over. And I just watched the trailer, and I'm like, I gotta see more. I had to see, yo. So Hauser's like, what the fuck is that? #1 watched in US on it. I'm telling you, I'll tell you right now, and you're gonna want to watch it immediately after this
Okay.
podcast ends.
Mhm.
So basically, what happens is that there's this game that exists, and this idea has been done many times before, but this is just like one of the most twisted ways that they've done it. And they collect poor, destitute, in debt, like people who have no options left throughout South Korea, and basically say, I have a way that you can make a shit ton of money playing basic, easy kid games. And he demonstrates a way where they play a game in like their little subway train area. He wins some money. He's excited. He gives them a call. He's like, I'm in. Let's go. Let's do this. I've got a kid that I don't want to move. That I don't want him to move to or her to move to the States, which is what the threat is happening. But he's got no money. He lives with his mom who's sick. Blah blah blah. All the typical setup for this horror that's about to occur. So then he goes to the games, and they're like basic games. Like for the first game, I won't give too much away, but it's like red light, green light is the first game that you have to play. And if you pass that game, you move on to the next round. If you don't pass the game, you're eliminated and you're no longer playing. But the twist is, if you're eliminated, you fucking die. And not just like die, it's like the most gruesome, gory, disgusting shit that you have seen in only ways that, South Korean film production studios can make this shit happen, because they make some crazy twisted shit in
Yes,
South
yes.
Korea.
Yes, I do.
So, oh my god, it's like it reels you in. It's like a slow burn at first, and it definitely like it builds, but then it reels you in hard, man. Like this shit is insane, and like the games get more twisted, and like they start like pitting people against each other, and like every time you think you figured out the game, you don't, because there's a twist, and like they're just eliminating people, and there's no way basically that more than one, they make it seem like in the beginning that everyone could win at the end. You could all share all the prize money. Like it could happen. All of you could be good for the rest of your life. But then like as you move on, the games become more and more like you're gonna get cut in half, like the number of contestants are cut in half no matter like what you do or what you try. So it is one of those shows that I just could not stop watching. Like I'm sitting there with my spaghetti and meatballs, like I was afraid to even take a bite because I didn't want to miss any of the shit that was going on the screen. Right. But I'm telling you, it's insane. Like I never expected to at like 1 a.m. pick a South Korean game show to watch and have it like be so captivating that I couldn't wait to watch it the next day type of shit. So it is actually really good. I enjoyed it a lot. For those of you watching, check it out, dude. Like it is worth at least a watch of the first 2 episodes to see if you are on board with the concept. Just don't watch it with your kids because it is extremely violent and gruesome.
AKA watch it with your kids.
Oh yeah, or watch it with
they can learn what true kid games really mean.
And fuck them up for the rest of life. I don't know. It's your choice as a parent. I'm not there telling you what to do with your kids.
Yeah, we're not. We don't have kids, so don't listen to us.
I would cause irreversible permanent damage to any kids that I would have. So it's a good thing that I don't have kids.
I mean, yes. Bro, that's a funny thing about it, though. A lot of
Hauser says you got me. I got to check it out. I'm telling you, man.
That does sound good. A lot of kid games, and you really think about it, definitely breaking down a lot of kid games. They could become very gruesome and horrible and crazy.
Yep.
If you really want them to. Yep. Easily.
Oh so,
yeah. That is a good concept and that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then because I knew when you was talking it was gonna eventually get to killing. Yeah. At first I was like, is this like the Hunger Games? Is this like
Hunger
chuck
Games.
A bunch of people like the Stone Cold Steve Austin movie where they touch a bunch of inmates and put them on an island and was like kill each other and whoever the last man standing.
There was that one. There's Death Race. Yeah. They've done the concept a lot of times. The Japanese one where with the school kids. I forgot what that one's called. But you know what I'm talking about. That one that basically inspired Hunger Games. And so
I do that. It's a good concept though.
Yeah. So Beats watching first Harry Potter at 1 a.m, which actually happened last night. Dang, Hauser, tell me more about your exciting life. I'm just messing with you, Bilbo. No, it really is good.
I'm not much of a Harry Potter fan. But
yeah, one.
Not bad. It's just I could not get into it.
I mean, I enjoyed the books growing up. From I think I started reading them around 2nd grade, and then the last one came out like my senior year of high school. So I kind of grew up with them, but I always enjoyed them. The movies or whatever, like, they tried. I guess they were great in the beginning, the first 1 or 2, and then it just I don't know. Hollywood took over
13
a lot more.
Of them.
Yeah, and then they made 7 more and to split the last one in 2 because of course they did.
Yep.
Yeah. But I still enjoy the books. I don't enjoy how off the wall the author has become. And she's a little crazy. And which is always like that's one of those things where can you like so many people are just out for cancel culture, right? Like they want to cancel this person or this person, but can you enjoy their body of work whilst not liking the person themselves? You know what I mean? Like you don't have to boycott their work.
With Jeepers Creepers, the guy who made that film is a piece of shit. He's a terrible human being who molests a child. So fuck him. Mm-hmm. But I do enjoy the movie.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of creators out there that are kind of like that, where it's like, damn, I hate the person, but god damn it, I like the media that they produced.
Right.
So it's one of those things. Ian says separate the art from the artist. But then when but you still are kind of technically supporting them when you purchase their book or their movie.
In a way, that's technically true in a way, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's weird. It's weird.
Or listen to R. Kelly and just pee on everyone. Dude, R. Kelly, convicted. He's guilty. And he has more court appearances. He's got to face more charges and shit. So that just goes to show that no matter how terrible you are in life, 30 years later, they'll finally convict you guilty.
30 years later.
Raping children.
Yeah.
So, get a head start now, and 30 years down the line, maybe you got a good solid.
James is not telling anybody. Let's make sure we clarify this. James is not telling anybody to go out there and start raping people now or raping children. He is not saying that. That is not what he is saying.
30, like it has been almost 30 years, dude, that this dude has been just like chilling, free to do his shit. Like, golly, man, it's just crazy. I don't know. I feel like we've been hearing these accusations my entire life, like ever since I was a kid. And I believe I can fly. Well, you better believe you can fly your ass out of the prison that you're about to go to. God damn, man, not like kind to you there. Everyone go piss on that man in prison. I swear to God, they're gonna line up.
Ooh, they gonna have some fun with him. They're gonna say, "Sing for me, Kelly." They're gonna have some real fun for him, boy. Oh my God!
From trapped in the closet to trapped in a prison cell, just like that, man. I tell you, but crazy, man. But yeah, let's get into
Francis goes to jail, because when a guy named Francis goes to jail, they look at Francis and say, "That's such a girly name." Now you're gonna be Kim's bitch over there,
Francine. All right, congratulations. Now you are Francine. AKA Franny for short.
Franny for short, exactly. Now Jamal wants to get a touch. So yeah, that is crazy though. R. Kelly got what he deserves though. Fuck that guy.
I get like,
but again, that's another example though. I still love R. Kelly's music.
Mm-hmm.
He got some bangers, bro. Like
still bumping, still streaming.
He's terrible as a human being.
Right.
Like, he's a really fucked up human being.
Oh, yeah.
But his music is still good.
But his music slaps, though. I can't turn off this album.
Bro, you heard that Chocolate Factory, bro? That shit is amazing, bro.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God.
All right. Let's talk about What If as our final bit.
It's gonna be our final bit indeed.
Hauser says, "What is your favorite What If so far?" My favorite. I didn't get a chance to watch the last one tonight, but I don't mind.
And that's the Thor one, so you haven't watched it yet, right?
Yeah, I don't mind spoilers or anything, but spoilers in case you haven't watched What If. I guess whatever. But
up into the Thor, we won't go into the Thor one. We'll talk about the other ones.
Yeah, even the Thor one, I really don't care. But
you don't care too much.
No,
you sure?
Yeah, dude, because like they've all been pretty mediocre. Like as far like I really
this one was to me too.
I liked the Doctor Strange one the best. I thought
that's the best one to me too. Yeah,
the most creative. It really grabbed me in from the start. It was fantastic as far as writing goes, as far as the animation went. I thought it was really good, and that was just my favorite. The rest of them, I don't know. I just haven't been like, blown away or anything by them. They were still entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I still watched them, enjoyed them, had a chuckle here and there, but I wouldn't rewatch them.
Yeah. Plus, it also with that one that was up, at least for now, that's the most important one because that
is that Namor or Spock? It's like a Namor Spock combination going on there. This is Magic Johnson, R.I.P. All right.
Okay.
Hauser says I like the Killmonger the best, and then Doctor Strange, and then zombies. Okay, I can respect that. The Killmonger one was
pretty good. That was good. But at least with the Strange one, that version of Strange is more than likely what's going to be in the movies coming.
You talking about like going into the multiverse like that?
Yeah, so that could be the Strange that Peter was dealing with the whole time. You don't know, or part of that. So either way, that one's gonna actually have a meaning. Because matter of fact, there was a there was a live stream that the guy who plays Strange did, and he did not show his face. And a lot of people are saying the reason is because he had that makeup on. It was done when they was filming too, so they didn't want that spoiled. So
gotcha.
That Strange will definitely and the creators of the What If has even said that this was the most important episode that is going to lead to things into the MCU. So pretty sure that Strange is going to be something that shows up. But either way, that was the best one to me too. The one with Thor that happened, it was literally what if Loki was not part of the family. So Loki was end up being like an actual, like basically in like the Frost Giant stuff. He was part of that stuff. Right. And Thor was the only child, so he was extremely spoiled and extremely arrogant, like even more so than he originally was. And The only thing that I liked about that whole thing is him and Captain Marvel got into a fight, which was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And technically, Thor won.
There you go.
He used his fucking hammer and just had that shit sit on her chest, and she couldn't move.
Nice.
And that ended the fight. But it's funny because later on she was like, I could have beat him. I held back. Whatever.
Okay.
Like,
I don't care. Even if it's animated, I'm still like, shut the fuck up, Brie Larson. Like,
Same here. I'm not even saying she's necessarily completely wrong. I'm just like, shut up. I hate when I hear stuff like that. You lose a fight. I could have won. I held back though.
Bro, if I didn't lose, I could have won.
Yeah, exactly. But no, again, it was just more of just seeing different people show up in different parts of the party, and it was stuff like that. Just seeing a bunch of Easter eggs and that kind of things. But to me, the episode honestly wasn't really that good. It wasn't terrible, but it definitely wasn't good. It was just like, okay.
And I feel like that's been most of them. Like, it's not terrible, but it wasn't great. Aside from the Doctor Strange one, I mean, you got to think like the female, the Captain Britain. Like, what if Peggy became Captain America?
Didn't like that one.
It was like, okay, it's basically. Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like at the same time, I was like, eh. Yeah, and then we had like, what if all the Avengers were taken out, right? Or was that the second one, or I don't remember. I can't even remember, but that one was whatever.
The second one was the one with
jacket.
You liked the second one because that was the one with
Black Panther. Yep. That's right. T'Challa became Star-Lord. Yeah, that was amusing. I did enjoy that one. A lot of people don't like how they did Thanos, but I was like, it's a cartoon. Like, come on, guys. Like,
yeah, exactly. You can't take any of these movies
like,
these are like what if. So
that one, the Avengers going out. Like, I was just like, okay. I mean, is it whatever? You brought up that they just keep killing Tony. Like, in almost
Tony
every single one.
Time.
Dude, they just keep fucking murdering Tony, dude.
Man.
It don't matter. It'd be like, what if it'd be like what if Galactus farted when he wasn't supposed to? And like the fart will cause such a ripple effect that Tony is just shot straight in the face with something.
Exactly.
And like, damn, that had nothing to do with anything. But Tony, they just show a scene where someone just shoots Tony in the head.
or somehow just a piece of the fart only comes to Tony's area and it messes with his chest piece and it just completely explodes inside of his chest. And it's like, what just happened? What happened?
Like, damn, Galactus, that was, a rank fart. You taking out Tony Stark. God damn.
Tony didn't have to die.
Billions of miles away.
But no, the zombie one was interesting in terms, because I'll be honest, I didn't really like Marvel Zombie in general. I didn't really like DC's neither that much.
Yeah.
Because I'm not the biggest zombie fan in a lot of ways, but it was just like, eh. But
Zombies
the shit
is very
with,
like repetitive. As far as
it's very repetitive. Because honestly, both of them was kind of very similar. It was very repetitive. Right. And it's like, because the only thing I really liked about DC is how when Superman goes into the sun and like charges himself up and everybody's just like, oh shit, zombie Superman about to kill us all. Like, that was cool. That was cool. And then even with the last part of DC's where they was just like, yeah, Superman's still like around and we're pretty sure he's still up there at the sun getting even stronger. So when he shows back up, we're completely dead. Like, none of us can stop him anyway. We're doomed. And it's like, yeah, well, we'll just wait till that happens. Until then.
Yeah. So then, I got this bottle of Hennessy. And we go party. Like,
exactly, bro. Some of us are still kicking while Earth is pretty much doomed. But no, the zombie one was cool in the sense of I loved how they mixed in the movie with the zombie stuff.
Okay.
So like when Banner crashes down into Strange's sanctum,
right?
This time Strange and no one's there,
right?
So he just goes and he gets the cape. Covers him a little bit, gets some clothes or whatever, and he leaves. And then, like, the dude shows up, part of Thanos' crew, and he's talking all this trash. And then the dimension thing opens up, and he just gets killed by Tony and stuff, blast right in the back of the head. Like, that stuff was cool, how they mixed it up, and Hulk not being able to perform. That was cool, too. Just the way they mix that stuff in there, and it's like scene for scene, but separate is just different. That stuff was really that I love that. Their production's cool, and I love how the Watcher in each episode is just getting closer and closer.
Deuces Hauser, take it easy, bud. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about
That's
like a
cool.
bigger presence on screen.
The Watcher is, if you notice, in the first episode, he's so far away. But
And,
in
like,
each
faintly
episode, he's
drawn,
actually
too.
getting closer and closer
Right.
and closer to the Earth.
Right.
Where he's basically here.
Yeah.
So I do like that because it's basically getting to the point where things are getting so out of hand. He's like, I'm going to have to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that's really cool.
Which is which happens in Fantastic Four 48, where he does actually interfere. And that's the coming of the Silver Surfer and Galactus and everything like that. So just to give him a warning. And so that I kind of noticed, but I never really, because again, like I said, these haven't been like, let me go rewatch the What If series. That like I was like, dang, it just seems like the Watcher was better drawn. I guess the way I noticed it, I was like, damn, he's better drawn. There's more detail on the Watcher now than there was in the beginning. I thought that was strange. But now that you say that, it makes a lot more sense that he's actually getting closer and closer and like bigger as far as a bigger presence. So that's actually really cool. I do like that.
I did think that was really cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure. The other thing I liked about the zombies, I was actually surprised about how gory they made it. Like just it kind of took me by surprise for being like a animated Disney Plus kind of show. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, oh, I didn't expect for people to get torn apart like completely and just blood splattering everywhere. I thought it was just gonna be like a whatever, zombies like, rah, and then they just kind of go down in the horde and they don't really show nothing type of thing. That's kind of what I was expecting. But for them to actually like be tearing people apart and stuff like that, and like one dude getting shot through like the arrow, the Hawkeye zombie getting shot through the shoulder and into the wall. I was like, dang, dude, they actually, they have some okay kill scenes and okay like fights going on for an animated show. I'm not gonna lie. So
they did, yes. Plus, with how T'Challa was introduced, where he's like missing his limbs and stuff, just like how it actually was in the Marvel Zombies. That was cool too.
Yep,
that was cool. I was like, okay.
Right. I didn't care so much for the ending, but everything else, I was just like, okay, okay.
I mean, the ending basically makes it seem like they're definitely screwed, right? Like they're heading to a place they think is cool, but Zombie Thanos is chilling like, come on, boys. Come bring the rest of my stuff.
Like, oh, Lord. But yeah, and then after the zombies, there was What If the Killmonger helped Tony, which just ended up with Tony dying.
Exactly, because he dies. Dude, he's just like a Denzel Washington movie. Like, I'm shocked if he lives. That dude Denzel dies in so many movies, man, and this dude is dying in these movies too. And these episodes
Kong ain't got shit on me.
The thing that's also
I love how everyone always quotes that line from that movie. Like they're all like when they want a badass moment, they're like, King Kong ain't got shit on me. I'm like, do you know Denzel died 3 seconds after saying that?
Died very shortly.
Like he was just blown away after that.
Yeah.
Probably not the best line to quote. So that's all.
Probably not. No, probably not. You're better off with the bubblegum line that Roddy Piper said. Probably better with that. But either way, something else that was interesting too, though, at least in the zombie one. So when they first showed up and they got swarmed by regular people, you telling me they was able to rip through fucking Iron Man suit?
I guess
Iron Man suit's not strong enough to handle regular humans.
Maybe they took
because the zombies aren't enhanced. They're not stronger. They're not enhanced. They're still regular. So his suit's not strong enough for that?
Well, remember in Infinity War, he had the micro suit where he would like tap it and it would go over, or like bring the hoodie in and then tap it and then it went over him. So he probably wasn't in the suit until he was bit, and then he probably tried to put the suit on to diagnose him of what was happening. That's just my guess.
I can't remember if he had this. I could have sworn he flew in and he had the suit on. I cannot remember because again, I don't feel like watching these over again either. And maybe his head was exposed. I can't remember. I thought that I saw him fully suited, and I was like, why come that didn't protect you though? Because the only way I can see that making sense is that they swarm Tony and they jump him and they got everybody else because Widow and all of them. That was funny. I was like, Widow, she's dead. I'm sorry. She's gonna be the first to die. There's nothing she can do. Like she's just done. Soon as those humans jumped on her, there's nothing she can do because she could fight them one-on-one, but that was a bunch of them. She was dead. She was gone. And I was like, Captain America, he's going to. Because again, he's the guy who can hit really, really hard and can run really, really fast, but not like superhuman in terms of meta-human fast or meta-human strong. He can just run a little faster than the average guy. So his ass was doomed. And I was like, the only thing I can see making sense is he gets turned and he like uses the shield to break something in Iron Man's suit, and then he gets turned. But the way it seemed was that he just basically just got turned. I was just like, what the fuck? Why?
Ant-Man was zombie fueled, flew into his suit and bit him on the tip. Bit him right on the dick. Yeah, there we
go. That's what we needed. Solved it right then and there.
Zombified. I'm sorry. This is not zombie fueled. Ant-Man was zombified, flew into the suit, bit him right on the tip of the dick. So there you go. Ian Lopez with the clarification there about how. Oh, and speaking of Ian, Chris and I were talking about Blade and Blade villains. I know Ian and I were actually just talking about this too. So this kind of transitions because whatever. But I did want to touch on Blade too. So Chris and I were having the same exact conversation that Blade really doesn't have that many like solo stories where like he is the standout main protagonist, like kicking ass, taking names type of thing. Because in Tomb of Dracula, I mean, he turns up in Tomb of Dracula 10 as his first appearance, and then 12, 13, 18, 25, and 45. So it's like his appearances are kind of spread thin, far between as far as like the series that brought him in. And then he had a solo series, Blade, in the 90s, early 90s, that didn't last very long, very low print, kind of hard to find as far as books go. And then he had Night Stalkers after that, also in the 90s, but that one wasn't even called Blade. And really, it was more to feed into Ghost Rider / the Midnight Sun stuff that they were doing in that time period, 1993, 1994. So even that wasn't really like Blade centered. They didn't even call it Blade. They call it Night Stalkers. So, Chris, let's talk about Blade for a little bit.
Yeah, and then I was like, also, because I was thinking of villains, and I was like, okay, well, then there's Draconis, and then there's Lilith, who is based, Dracula's daughter. Lilith. There's I'm always messing.
But Lilith is introduced in Ghost Rider. So Lilith, the daughter of Dracula, introduced in Ghost Rider, and mainly like a Ghost Rider type villain that was kind of hand-me-down because she was associated with Dracula to Blade. Yeah.
Then there's Xyrus, who is Dracula's son, but again, it's still dealing with Dracula. And it's just like a lot of his villains are hand-me-downs. And then even with Dracula, which is the obvious choice for a vampire character, but still, that's not a unique villain to Blade. That's Dracula.
And it's like,
he can show up anywhere. He was in Batman.
Yeah.
He can show up anywhere.
Yeah, it's Dracula, and then we had Deacon Frost, which was like in the main Blade movie that we've seen already. And
he was the first one. Was he in Blade 1?
Yeah. Yep. And Deacon is the reason that we have Blade. Deacon bit Blade's mother, and that's why we have Blade.
He's probably Blade's biggest, like most popular overall villain, honestly.
Right. Yeah. Besides Dracula. And yeah, Morbius is on the list. But Morbius it's hard to count Morbius, right? Because he's not technically full vampire. And he's not technically full villain. He's a little bit of a complicated character for sure. I'm still excited for the goddamn movie that has been put on the back burner by Sony for Morbius. Chris and I were talking about Morbius a little bit before we jumped on stream here, and I just wanted to point out for anyone who didn't know this is a little bit of Marvel history for you. Morbius is not technically a vampire because at the time when he appeared, Amazing Spider-Man 101, Marvel basically said, you cannot have this creature, this vile, blood-sucking vampire thing in a comic book that's meant for kids, because obviously Amazing Spider-Man in the early 70s, this was like 1971, 72. Spider-Man was probably one of the most popular titles outside of X-Men, I would say. And
hands down, Spider-Man and X-Men. Yeah,
yeah.
biggest
So, and they just came off of the drug issues too, which is like 94-ish through 96, somewhere in that area, maybe 97, I can't remember. So that was not approved by the Comic Code Authority, with that little white square that's on the top of every comic book. That basically says, it's approved for kids. So because they had dealt with such strong issues like drugs and drug dealing and everything that was going on there, now Marvel's had a spotlight on them with the Spider-Man title particularly, and then they're trying to introduce this character Morbius, the vampire. So they actually had to go back and rewrite him as the living vampire, where he was not technically undead. He was alive. He just needed the blood because he had this disease that he was trying to cure. So that's a little bit of a little history for you as far as why he is what he is. And so technically not an undead vampire, but still appears on the top 5 of Blade's main villains. And
that's interesting. Okay, hopefully this guy's here, because I know his name starts with a V. Is it Vernus?
It's like Varney or something like that. Vernay.
Okay, Varney. Okay, so he's up there. He's another villain that could be used. So he's up there. Okay. So he's another one that could be used.
Then we have like Lucas Cross, which I don't know. Lucas Cross.
Oh, okay, yeah. Lucas Cross can be used too. Okay.
And Vampire X. That's another one that's on like
Blackout is somebody they can use too. He's not
Blackout. Okay.
Technically, he's not a vampire, but still, he's Blade battled him, so he could be used.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of characters that nobody's ever heard of.
That's the problem. Exactly. Like, yeah, I'm a Blade fan. I read a lot of comics, so I know these characters, but no one's heard of them because Blade hasn't done shit. And when
Blade doesn't even have...
it hurts.
He doesn't even have a title now. Like, even since the announcement, he hasn't gotten like a solo title, which is very surprising because Marvel likes to push comic books a little bit before we see whatever project they're associated with come to fruition, and we haven't gotten shit for Blade still.
Again, I think it also hurts with him being so pushed back when his movie actually comes out.
Yeah, it is like one of the last movies of the phase. Yeah, yep.
That was not a good idea. Like, I thought, like, that right there was a bad move for Blade.
Right,
that was such a terrible idea to push his movie back so far.
They did a Wolverine Blade short series, but again, it's like Wolverine and Blade.
Exactly. He's being carried by somebody bigger.
Right.
That's the problem. He's Wolverine's sidekick no matter how you look at it, because Wolverine is the one they're looking at to really move the needle, and Blade is just there to get the rub. That's not how it should be.
Right.
Blade should be the one giving the rub to other people. He should be the one
giving the rub and tug. He should be giving the rub and tug to Venom, is all I'm saying. I don't know what's going on, but we need a little bit of a dry rub on Venom. Look, I like chicken wings as much as the next person.
Oh my God.
But when you say dry rub, the first thing I think of is it needs a little lube, bro. Like, I ain't dry rubbing shit, bro. I don't.
Never said dry rub, but.
Bro, you definitely said dry rub. That's how you got it.
All right, fam. Yeah. Get that dry rub it going. All right. Get a dry rub.
Why you keep talking about a dry rub? Like, God damn, use some lotion. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm trying to get the point across here. Ian says, I don't know, but Blade needs to have a fro in the live action MCU. Oh yeah, he needs to have the green and yellow suit going on too.
No, he does not. No, he does not.
He need to come out on rollerblades like a disco man in the green and yellow suit with the fro, like a big.
I swear to God.
Fro.
I swear to God.
In the background, they're playing Macho Man, so it's like Macho
Man. All right, look, bro. I'm not playing. I swear to God, if that's the theme of the first trailer, the Macho Man, and Blade is in a fucking green suit, some roller skates, and a freaking fro, I'm coming straight to your house and I'm kicking you in the nut. I swear to God, bro, I'm going to be beyond pissed. I'm going to be the angriest person ever. I hope I don't have to work that day because everybody's getting rid up for the smallest thing. The smallest thing I'm writing somebody up for. It's gonna be the littlest thing.
Oh shit! Basically, what we're saying is that Blade needs a solid reintroduction into comics. Someone needs to write. They need to give it to like a good writer too, man. Like they
do.
Just someone. I would say Al Ewing. Al Ewing's got a nice little horror background. He's got, he can do some good shit. He's got some good writing that's behind him. Give him a Blade title, man. Let's have that. And then who the artist should be? Todd McFarlane. I know he would never do it, but that motherfucking can draw creatures and crazy shit like that much better than a lot of these artists that are out there.
Agreed.
And so that's what the Al Ewing, Todd McFarlane Blade series, Marvel. Make it happen, goddammit. That's what I think should happen. So there you go.
Because that's the thing. Because if you look at it like I told you, Jane, I always compare. Again, it's a weird comparison, but I always compare Blade and Spawn in a lot of ways.
Okay.
And Spawn, you could put Spawn against anybody in terms of feats. You could put him against Superman. You could put him against anybody you want to name in terms of feats that Spawn has accomplished.
Right.
And obviously, his biggest one to a lot was the fact that he killed God and the devil. Like, he was just that powerful. Like, he was going through anybody. Like, he was on a whole nother level of power.
Right.
But Blade, his feats are terrible in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he's killed some vampires. That's cool. But when has he did anything that actually mattered to the entire Marvel universe? That's the problem that disturbs me. Blade should have some big feats under his belt from how long the character been around and what the character is capable of doing. He should have something. And then all they gave him in like recent years is that stuff what he's doing with the Avengers. But again, that's him being carried by Thor, by Iron Man, by Captain Marvel, by all these Avengers characters. He's being carried by them.
Right.
When he should be the one being a main character, not just somebody who's there. He should be the guy in his own thing, taking out a catastrophic event that's going to affect all of Marvel, not just we can have a vampire spread all over Marvel. Yeah, okay, but in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't end the world. That just makes shit shittier, but some people might want to be a vampire. I'm talking about something that's like a big deal, and Blade was the guy who handled it. He has nothing, or at least make him a big player. You don't have to be the main guy. Make him a big player, but he's never he's there. He's just a sidekick.
I agree with you 100%. And
it makes me angry. So I love Blade, and his villains are cool.
Was he the main character in the Reborn series? I didn't read that series, or wasn't he?
But still, that's also, if I'm not right, isn't that dealing with the Avengers?
I don't know that one.
I'm pretty sure the Reborn series is the one I'm thinking of, and that's with the Avengers. That's him going into the thing, and he's one of the main characters. But that's him. If I'm not right, that's him. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, but I'm pretty sure that's him when he meets Thor, who's sitting in a bar, and Thor doesn't have the he doesn't realize he's Thor yet. And when Blade tried to tell him, he's like, I'm not that who you think I am. And then he realized, like, very shortly after when Blades leave, that he can control thunder. And oh shit, he's Thor. And he's like, oh, I guess I am that thing that guy was talking about. Yay. So, I mean, again, that's him being carried by the Avengers.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that series in particular. Ian says, yeah, you're right.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So that is that one. Okay, cool. So yeah, he's carried by the Avengers.
Yeah, we need a good, we just need a good, dark, gritty series with him, where he just beasted. Because again, I mean, you got to go back to the 1990s to have him as a main character, whereas like the series is called Blade, and he's doing Blade stuff, and after that he was part of a team. It was always a team up of Blade and Punisher, or Blade and Wolverine, or Blade and Ghost Rider was his main little the hookup, especially in the mid 90s, and especially because Ghost Rider was fighting these like demons type thing, like the creatures already, so that was just kind of an easy thing to put him with. But then, yeah, like you said, they're just kind of hand me downing villains to Blade, like a secondhand store for villains. That they're giving him, so that they're not really crafting him his own like original crazy stories, or where it does, like you said, where he carries the Avengers instead of the Avengers carrying him. Where it comes to a point like where he's like, we need Blade to do whatever. And I get it. Like, he's not the most powerful person or anything, or like not even close,
Blade
but he
has
can
fought
still
some
do some
really
cool
powerful
shit.
beings.
Right.
They
Yeah.
they don't highlight that stuff for him, especially nowadays. They don't highlight any of that. But he's battled some real, like Dracula's an extremely powerful being, and even Lilith and Dracula's son. Like, these guys have some crazy powers, but they don't actually showcase any of that nowadays. Especially, they don't do any of it.
Right.
He's just like does nothing. Like, I want him to have his Eddie Brock moment.
Okay.
Because honestly, like, I don't know if we're gonna go as far as freaking fusing.
Hold on now. Hold on a second. Are you telling me right now that Blade has sex with dead people?
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. What?
Well, we're talking about Eddie Brock getting a blowy from Venom. Technically vampires are dead. They're I guess undead. I don't know.
I mean, if he's sleeping with, technically, yeah.
Into necrophilia.
I mean, hold on now. Let's. This is very important now.
This is a what if episode that we.
No, this is. So Jay, what if a super hot vampire girl came your way?
Ooh, okay.
You not sleeping with her?
I gotta invite her in first.
That doesn't work on all vampires, right? Like, that's not like every single vampire myth that you have to invite them in there in the house.
Oh, it's this vampire, because I'm gonna be standing at the door with an open robe. I'll be like, "Come on in, baby."
Okay. All right.
Do I want to live like immortally though? I don't know about that. I want to live.
Oh, well, I didn't say she was gonna like turn you. I was gonna knock some boots with her. I mean, to be fair,
bite my balls off. It sounded like a good night. Look, if I'm gonna go anyway, a vampire biting my balls off would be a great way to go.
Again, if you were sleeping with Melina from Mortal Kombat, the chances of you getting your dick bitten off is extremely high.
That's what I'm saying. Look,
a vampire, that stuff usually doesn't happen.
Melina worked with us for a little while, so we already know what that is capable of. Look, we had Chris and I when we worked together. Melina from Mortal Kombat was one of our coworkers, dude. This shit was crazy, man. Body looking right, then she turn around and open her mouth to smile, and you're like, "Oh God!
Oh God! Oh damn! Oh shit!
Oh God! Oh.
You went from damn she bit to damn close your mouth! Oh my Lord!
That's terrible.
Yeah, where's the cross?
I was saying that PetSmart offered dental plans, so I don't know what was going on.
Yo, to be
fair,
we
want about PetSmart, but they did offer a dental plan.
Expensive for a part-time.
Nah, dude, it was like $6 a week for a dental plan. I'm just saying that was like the only good thing that PetSmart offered was dental.
Fair enough. I mean, okay.
But Melina from Mortal Kombat did not take advantage of this gracious offering. Anyways, that's where we're gonna end today's show.
One last thing before we end it. One last thing. I didn't answer my part. I would indeed one, clap the cheeks of that vampire girl. No questions asked. And two, I would love to be a vampire. It would suck that you can't go out in the day. And I would not have a problem with the immortal stuff. The thing that I always wonder though is how hungry do you really get for the blood?
I guess hungry enough, man, because Morbius himself get hungry enough. He's like, I don't want to do this, but I gotta. Even Blade was like, he had to fucking do it.
Blade Blade has to take injections and stuff.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to keep himself from going crazy.
To the point. Well, I think they did a good job of portraying that in the movie, even. Where like he was getting the shakes and like just like could barely like stand up. Even he was like just like diminishing away.
Because even when the girl walked in on him injecting himself, she was like, "Oh, so I see you need to feed too, then."
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very cool part.
I would say that the need to feed is very real. So it's the curse. It's the curse of immortality for you. That's why they always call it the curse, because you don't get to eat food. You can't eat food, right?
You
Pretty sure.
can. It just doesn't have any.
According to the Bram Stoker's original novel, they can't eat food.
They can, especially a lot of things in nowadays stuff with even in Blade comics, they can eat food. It just doesn't have any like effect. Like it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Heck, a lot of things nowadays are like even if you eat it, you don't even get a taste from it. It's just something you can do to kind of make yourself still feel human.
Right.
But it doesn't really do anything for you at all. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
So again, I think I would take that sacrifice, James.
Yeah, and just go after animals. Just feed more into the chicken shortage that we have going on right now.
Chicken shortage, bro.
Or the cow shortage. Dude, I'm so tired of hearing about the fucking shortages that we're having right now. Yeah. Everything is a shortage. There's a bag and board shortage. There's a fucking computer chip shortage.
I agree.
Like, no, there's not a shortage, dude. We're just not paying people to work anymore. Like that's the real shortage.
That is the real shortage.
You ain't paying people to be in there to make the shit that you want to make. That's the shortage. Wings are expensive as fuck. They are expensive now. Everything, like all meat, is expensive now because of what's going on. This shortage although the chicken thing that they said that the male chicken or rooster, I guess, wasn't fucking enough of the other chickens to make more chickens, and that's why we have a chicken shortage on as well as the chicken sandwich war that is going on between fast food restaurants. That's what they're also trying to blame it on.
So the cock isn't getting his cock.
Yeah, cock ain't getting his cock off. The main cock ain't getting cocked.
Okay.
He's going in half cocked.
Gotcha. All right. Good to know.
All right. So with a good cock joke, we're gonna end this show. Guys, please hit that like button. Smash it.
Smash it. Mash it.
We appreciate you guys hanging with us during our stupidity. If you made it this far, congratulations. You don't have a life. We will see you. We will see you next week on Tuesday at 8 p.m. As always, stay villainous and
fuck the Fantastic Four.